Suddenly, a lot of the Ace family's actions is starting to make a little bit more sense because it seems like they Nicolas Caged themselves. What I mean by that is they made more money than most people could ever imagine of, but they managed to blow it by simply blowing their money on dumb unnecessary flexing. You know, it's really an old tale. It's not only Nicolas Cage that's done this. Suddenly the I will teach you how to become a millionaire course doesn't sound like that great of a deal. It didn't sound like a good deal from the start, but now it sounds even worse. So with hindsight, it seems like that was a Hail Mary cash grab in hopes of trying to get some leeway on that mortgage. Then you have the whole boxing match, which is just in its own league of stupidity. It was a great event. I enjoyed myself, but all of his actions in promoting the event and really just going through with the event, even signing the artist to the event, man. After seeing the whole interview with the Live by Live CEO, I was like, how is this possible to mess up so hard? And then on top of that, the dude's flying private jets while he cannot afford his mortgage. And you know, the whole boxing event can literally leave him with fraud charges, potential jail time, a whole lot of fines. It's probably the dumbest thing that Austin McBroom's ever done, with the second place being buying this house he cannot afford. Then another weird thing this guy did was he was accused of being broke by some journalist, and in response to that, he sent that journalist $500 to prove to him he doesn't need $500. Bro, at that point, put $500 in your kid's savings account. Like, what? Why are you paying a journalist for hating on you? If you want to PayPal me some money, feel free to do so.
The fact that you called Perez Hilton, quote unquote, some journalist.
He is some journalist.
That's true.
I'm just saying, a whole lot of his actions just don't make sense whatsoever. Like, why would you ever do that? And I do want to say, like, before we go into details on this topic, I am sad to hear this news. Like, I don't want to see anyone fall from grace. But as you can tell by the title, it seems like that the Ace family's home is now up for auction. And I'm clearly no fan of theirs, but it still is heartbreaking to hear that their kids are going to have to go through something like this. And I genuinely hope their kids won't be affected too much by this, even though I'm not sure it'll be like that. It's sad how like the parents' dumb actions can completely ruin a kid's life. But with that being said, according to some recent court documents, it seems like the Ace family received what's called a notice of sale. In short, a notice of sale is a letter to the owners of the property saying that, hey, we're auctioning off your house. As you may have assumed, that happens when someone fails to pay their mortgage payments. Before receiving a notice of sale, a notice of default is sent. A notice of default is kind of like, hey, you haven't paid your mortgage. We're about to sell your home if you don't pay it real quick. And clearly nothing happened there, so I guess the bank moved on to the next step, which is auctioning off the mansion. So yes, the same guy that posted this.
This is where it all started. Now this is my home, my dream home, and I've been very blessed and fortunate to be able to have done it through the power of social media, which is why I'm here today, to teach all of you the secrets to social media and to help you accomplish your dreams. In this program, I'll be teaching 4 courses. The first course is how to grow your social media platforms. The second course is how to make money from social media. The third course is how to start a business. And the last course is how to grow your business. In order to be able to have access to all of these courses, you must join now. You only have 24 hours.
That man is getting foreclosed on. Started from the bottom, now we back at the bottom. There's like 3 six-figure cars in the shot right there. How about you sell all of them and pay down some of the mortgage payments? Like that would give you enough leeway to sell the house, I'm assuming, unless they're all leased. Did they really just like fake their entire lifestyle? But they also have 4.3 billion views on YouTube, so if they just didn't buy dumb, they could easily afford that lifestyle. 4.3 billion views is an easy 18 to $25 million right there. And on a family vlog channel, that could be a lot more. Considering they live in California where, I mean, they're probably paying 55% in tax, they should still be sitting around with a ballpark of 16 to $18 million if they just invested it like normally and lived below their means, which really isn't that hard when you have an income like that. But before we continue, I need to give a quick shout out to the YouTuber Sloan, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have heard of this. He actually has the full court documents in his video, so I'll be linking that in the description down below. But from what I've read from the legal documents, the Ace family who bought this home through their LLC still owe roughly $9 million on the house. Apparently the official date of the auction is about 2 weeks from now. So I mean, hey, if you have an extra $9 million laying around and you want a mega palace, now you know where to find one. But I do believe the Ace family has about 2 weeks to stop that from happening. But since they haven't done anything yet, it doesn't look like they're gonna do anything now. Imagine being like the real estate agent of that property. That's like what real estate agents make like 3% commissions. That's like 300 racks for one house.
Will they make that if it's auctioned off though?
I'm not sure. I'm not a real estate agent nor a broker. I bet you there's a lot of agents who want to sell that house though. But like I said before, it's sad news. Like anytime this stuff happens and there's children involved, it's just awful. As much as their parents are literal memes, like the actions of their parents do not make sense whatsoever. And they're so dumb so often that you just kind of have to laugh at it. But still, I feel bad for the kids. I'm curious to see if Austin will come out and speak out about this like he did about the boxing match.
How's everybody doing, man?